What's happening everyone, my name is Alex and welcome back. Well, today's video is a bit different. In today's video I'm gonna show you how I made myself an iPhone from online parts. So I bought everything separate and put everything together to make this particular iPhone. So everything started about a month and a half ago. A company reached out to me and asked me if I have any broken iPhones and if I'm willing to fix whatever broken iPhone I may have on camera. But unfortunately I didn't have any broken iPhones, so they ended up giving me a budget to buy myself a broken iPhone. But I figured that's gonna be just too boring and too easy. So what I ended up doing was buying individual parts and putting everything together. So what you're seeing here is actually an iPhone made out of 3 used iPhones and a bunch of new parts. But I'll tell you all about it in a bit. So today's video sponsor is spidermold.com. This is a company that offers replacement screens for iPhones, so if you end up breaking the screen on your iPhone, definitely check them out. And of course there will be a link in the video's description. Not to mention that later on today I'm gonna show you how to actually install that replacement screen on this particular iPhone. But first we have to put everything else together, so we'll get to that in a bit. So everything ended up being about $220, and that's definitely not cheap, and I guess I could have bought a broken used iPhone for about $250, so not that much of a saving there. But at least it was fun to order each individual part and wait for the parts to show up and then put them together. So the metal part here, so the back of the iPhone is coming from a Chinese seller, and this was about $35 and it came with the battery and the Wi-Fi module. And based on the model number on the back, this used to be a Japanese or a Chinese iPhone back in the day, or whenever that was. Next I had to buy the motherboard, and the motherboard is definitely the most important and the most expensive part of the iPhone. And this particular motherboard came with a fingerprint ID as well. And what I learned is that every single fingerprint ID is actually paired to a motherboard. So you can't exactly take another fingerprint ID from another iPhone and use it on this one. So you have to use the fingerprint ID that actually comes with this. And this particular one is coming from T-Mobile US. So this used to be in a T-Mobile iPhone back in the day. And lastly, I had to buy the rear cameras used because those are also expensive if you buy them new. So I ended up paying another $30 for these cameras, and they do seem to work fine. And everything else is kind of cheap, so you can find the Taptic engine, the speaker, the loudspeaker, the top speaker there, everything is like $10–15. So I ended up buying all the other parts new. Of course I had to get all the screws and those metallic brackets, because without those you can't actually do anything, because with those you're gonna keep everything in their place. In my case the rear cameras showed up first, but I had to wait for the motherboard to show up. I installed the motherboard and then I installed the rear cameras. The rear cameras are super simple to install. You basically click those connectors in place and the cameras just go in their hole, and then you add a little metallic bracket on top of that, so very simple. Moving on to the Taptic engine, that one is held in place by 3 screws. Once again, it's super easy to install, but connecting that little connector is a bit challenging, so definitely take your time with that, because you can break it and then you're gonna have to buy a different Taptic engine. There is another plastic bracket that holds that connector in place, and then I installed the loudspeaker. Once again, it was super simple to install, and that was about it for the metallic back. And then I kind of had to move on to the screen. But regardless of what you're doing with your iPhone, I highly recommend that you actually disconnect the battery from the motherboard before doing anything else. That should be the first thing you do when you open the iPhone. So after I finished installing everything on the metal back, I had to move on to the screen. Now, if you have an iPhone with a broken screen, your repair process will be a bit different, because you basically have to remove everything from the old screen, the broken screen, and install everything onto the new screen. In my case, I just had to install the new parts onto the new screen because I just didn't have the old screen. However, the process is fairly similar, and you basically look at what I'm doing now and follow my steps backwards, basically. So first of all, the screen comes in a cardboard box, and that's great because this way it's not gonna get damaged in the mail. And taking the screen out, once again, you get a plain screen, and then you have to install all the parts from the old screen. So first I had to install that metallic bracket. I bought that separately, and that one is held in place by a few screws, but the screws are super small, so be very careful when you take those out and you put them back in, because if you drop one you're not gonna find it. After I was done installing that metal bracket, I moved on to the fingerprint scanner, and the fingerprint scanner is fairly easy to install, but you're gonna have to be very gentle with that flex cable. You don't want to break it. So you basically install this from underneath the screen, so you don't go from the top, you go from the bottom, and then you have that connector that you have to connect them. It is a bit challenging to connect those two together, but if you take your time, you should be able to do it. And then you have 4 little screws that you have to put in place. And once again, make sure that you use the right screws, so you don't use a longer screw that you're supposed to. So that one is simple to install. Moving on to the top, well, the top is a bit more challenging, and if you're replacing or removing those parts from a broken screen, well, there is a bit of glue underneath, so you're gonna have to take your time to peel them off. Once you're done removing them from the old screen, the installation process onto the new screen is very simple and it only takes a couple of minutes. In my case, since I don't have to remove them from anywhere, I just had brand new parts that I had to install. The flex cable, the front-facing camera, was about $14, and that speaker another $6, so about $20 in parts. So after you put them together, you basically put a little metallic bracket on top of them, and you have 5 screws in there. Now, whenever you're removing those 5 screws from the old screen, make sure that you actually write on a piece of paper where each screw is coming from, because if you use a longer screw in a hole that's supposed to take a shorter screw, there is a very good chance you're gonna damage the screen. So make sure that you know exactly where each screw is coming from, and you put it in the exact same spot. And once you're done, your screen should look like this, and well, that's about it, because now you can just connect these two to your iPhone and then it should work. Alright, so putting the screen back is much simpler than actually taking it off. So you're gonna start with the connector at the top, you're gonna plug that in there on the motherboard there and give it a bit of a push to make sure that it's well connected. And after that, use that metallic bracket with the 3 screws and make sure that you're using the proper screws. Once that's done, you're gonna move on to the bottom 2 cables. So plug those in just as you did with the top cable, and after that don't forget to plug in the battery. Once you're done with that, you should attach that metallic bracket on top of everything and screw those screws in. Once you're done putting all those screws back on, you can basically put the screen back on, but you're gonna have to start with the top. So put the top in first and then just push slowly onto the screen and make sure that it's in place there. Then you have the 2 screws at the bottom. So screw those in and that's pretty much it. You're done and your iPhone should be like new now. So now that my iPhone is all together in one piece, we have to make sure that everything works. And I'm actually curious to see if everything works, if the fingerprint scanner works and so on. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna move the camera to my desk, we'll turn this on and we're gonna check everything out. So let's do that, so I'll be back in a second. Alright, so after over a month, it's time to check and see if everything works. The iPhone does look pretty cool. I know that it's made out of different parts, so it's very exciting to actually check everything out. So first of all, the screen, as you can probably see, does work very good. I'm gonna show you the brightness. So this is the maximum brightness. We'll leave it like that for a second, but I'm gonna lower it because otherwise you're not gonna be able to see on the camera. So I guess we'll leave the brightness like this. Next I wanna set up the fingerprint scanner. So the fingerprint. So I wanna make sure that the fingerprint scanner works. Continue. Continue. Okay, let me enter a password. So first let's see if the fingerprint scanner works. So I'm gonna lock this. Oh, so it does work really good. Next, the cameras. Let's see if the rear cameras work. So the rear cameras work and the front. And just remember that this was a $14 front-facing camera, and not only that, we had all the sensors as well. Next, I wanna see if the speakers work. So let's play this song. And these are, so basically we had a $6 speaker at the top and a $7 speaker at the bottom. So we have $13 speakers as well, and they do seem to work as well. So yeah, this is the iPhone that I've been working on for the past month. Well, I was waiting for those parts basically for the past month. And everything seems to work good. Well, hopefully if you did like the video, don't forget to press that like button. If you do break the screen on your iPhone, don't forget to check out spidermole.com. And I guess I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and yeah, don't forget to subscribe.